Good morning, and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is a very humid, kind of muggy morning, and I think I finally got it so the camera won't fog up. But it has been a very crazy week this week, so why don't you walk around the garden with me and we'll talk about it. Okay, the cherry tomatoes are still trying to take over the world. They have come quite a ways out here into beans, and these are the green beans, and yeah, we have little bitty tiny beans already. They are definitely flowering and very happy. Come down here and look at the yellow beans, and yeah, they have lots of nice blooms on them. Not quite any little tiny beans yet, but yeah, definitely some good blooms. And my butterfly bush here is putting off all kinds of seed pods. So that'll be fun to go ahead and pull those. Probably let them dry for a while, but interesting. Always something cool when you plant something new. These do grow wild around here, but it's kind of fun to have some that you planted. You can see there's lots of little tiny bees flying around in them, but certainly be interesting to save those pods. And we're going to take a look over here at the bucket garden. I was out here yesterday and picked a bunch of peppers, and yeah, showed you what we like to do with the poblanos, but there are more out here, which is always a wonderful thing. I did have to take a few extra peppers off of this poor Bertha plant because she's just loaded down. But they're doing very, very well. And right next door, I have the ones that I just planted, or have been trying to plant. Do have more of those coming up all the time. Yeah, still got lots of nice peppers going on in here. And these guys are Brussels sprouts, and it's time for them to be thinned. And my white acorn squash has decided to come over and wants to join them in their neck of the woods. It is time to get some of that white squash off. But we'll slip over here, take a quick look at all of the little collards coming up. Now, this is the bed of acorn squash that has wandered out to the yard. It's currently heading towards the chicken coop. These plants are about spent too, but they do have some really nice big squash on them. So we'll be pulling those. Yeah, there's a lot more in here. We'll be pulling those before too long, and probably pull these plants. We've got a few things that we'd like to get in for fall still, and that would be a nice long bed to... Oh, hold on, we got a bumble. Check out a little bumblebee down here in the flower. Always a nice thing to see the pollinators out and about. There are two of them, at least. Yep. Dueling bumblebees. And then we have the yellow squash in here, and they are actually starting to put on buds. But that leads us to the corn and the nice mess that I made out here. Now, if you watched the video the other day, Fred came through, did do a little bit of damage to the corn. We had some laying over, but if you can't tell by some of the mess that I made, it did make for a couple of wonderful days of fresh corn. Although it is not quite ready, it's still a little bit starchy. So we're going to give it another day or two and kind of play it by ear day by day and let the corn tell us when it is ready. Okay, it has been very wet here this week. We have not been able to get out here and mow. Hopefully the next couple of days it will dry out just a bit so we can do just that. What I came over here to show you was my pumpkins. Yeah, they are just oozing out of bed. Plants are huge. And look at those beautiful blooms. Yep, got a couple of bees over here working too. Nice little bumble in there. Yep. Do have a couple of squash bugs in here. And I'm going to have to take care of that. So put that on the list for afternoon chores. But yeah, this guy has crawled way out. So looking forward to fresh pumpkins for Halloween. And if you look across the top of the sweet potato bed, there's one giant arm of pumpkins right there. I'm going to have to move that. Yeah, that has grown probably about the last 2 days. When I was out here checking on the progress of the sweet potatoes, that was just a little tiny piece coming up the side. So yeah, I'm going to have to move that one and run it out into the yard a bit. But we did get in here and we did find out we have some wonderful sweet potatoes going on in here. Now it will be a few weeks before we get to them, but always a nice thing. Okay. We're over here by the tomatoes. I will be taking the last of the tomatoes off because they are about done for the season too. Just wanted to show you we have little tiny carrots popping up all over in these beds. And a few of these little weeds come along with them, so we'll have to come through and get those guys out too. But that is one bed. Now the containers I just took the paper off of, and they will be sprouting here at any time. And over to the second bed of carrots. Got lots of little tiny carrots starting to come up. Yeah, very exciting and very happy for more fall carrots. Yeah, little tiny carrots everywhere. Okay, quick look up here on the front porch. I have all of the replacement cucumbers are up, and we will be renewing our baskets up here on the front porch. And these are, excuse me, these are the tomato clones that I started a few days ago. And they are standing upright. Yeah, starting to get a little bit of new growth on them. But I'm going to give them just a couple more days, and then they're going to go out into the garden too. Okay, yeah, it is a bit humid today, but the temps are coming back down. We're coming back down into the 80s for a while. It'll be a little bit of a welcome relief from the heat wave and the above 90 degrees. But it has rained a lot in the last 3 days, and yeah, if you have to excuse me, it's kind of hard to breathe in soup. But grateful for the nice bit of rain though before we pull the corn off and give the corn a really nice boost before we go ahead and get that harvested. Really looking forward to it. We are kind of watching it day by day, but yeah, Fred did cause a little bit of damage. We did have a little downburst, and it took a few of the stalks out. So the ones that were the worst damaged, I went ahead and took those and just kind of trimmed up a few of the other ones to make sure that everything was off the fence. And yeah, really excited for the corn. Every day it's Is it ready? Is it ready? Kind of like when I plant beans about every day, Mark asks, are the beans up yet? Are the beans up yet? But yes, we have green beans that are starting to come on, little tiny beans out there. See, we have radishes, spinach, broccoli going on. Still plenty of tomatoes on the cherry tomatoes. I am going to pick probably, well, I don't know if it'll be the last picking, but it's certainly going to be the next to the last of the Roma tomatoes. Have a little project with a friend tomorrow, so yeah, we'll see if we can get 2 giggling girls and a camera working in the kitchen tomorrow. We'll see how that works out. Let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it for this week. We do have a few other things we want to get planted. It's still a little too early for the garlic yet, but we will be planning on getting some beds cleaned up. We use the low flat beds for the garlic, and I think that's about it. Yeah. But it is a very, very busy time of the year, and we've been canning a lot. I can't tell you right now exactly how many pints and quarts of tomato sauce we put up. We did do salsa too, and that was really, really good. Beets. We did can beets, and I have planted fresh beets for the fall. I did forget to go and show you those. They're up about an inch tall or so now, but I'll have to catch that probably on next week's update. But yeah, should probably go ahead and get on out of here. Still have a lot of tomatoes to pick this morning, and it is getting warmer by the minute. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll let you know when I have other fantastic news. And yeah, desperately waiting on the corn. Really exciting. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything along your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, I do have to get the tomatoes picked, get ready for company tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Don't forget we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.